Hello and welcome to LexPrep UK. So, you're thinking about becoming a solicitor in England and Wales. That's fantastic. You've probably heard about something called the SQE, and you're in exactly the right place. We're going to break it all down for you, step by step, in this complete guide to the one exam that's now the single gateway into the legal profession.
All right, so here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll get to grips with what the SQE actually is and why it even exists. Then, we'll map out your entire journey to qualification. After that, we're going to do a deep dive into both exams, SQE1 and SQE2. We'll also cover the crucial practical experience you'll need, and we'll wrap it all up by building a solid strategy to help you succeed. Ready? Let's get started.
So, first things first, what exactly is the SQE? It's more than just another exam. It represents a totally new way of thinking about how solicitors qualify. And honestly, understanding why it was created is the first step to figuring out how to beat it. To really get a handle on the SQE, we kind of have to look back at what came before it. Why did the whole system change? What was the problem that this brand new exam was supposed to fix? Well, under the old system, the Legal Practice Course, or LPC, your path could look very different depending on where you studied. It was a bit of a postcode lottery, really. This created inconsistent standards, costs were all over the place, and the outcomes were pretty unpredictable. So the Solicitors Regulation Authority, the SRA, brought in the SQE to level the playing field. The whole idea was to create one single national standard for everyone. So the most important thing to remember is this. The SQE is now the one central exam that every single person has to pass to become a solicitor. It's broken into two parts, designed to test both what you know and what you can do, your legal knowledge and your practical skills. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. How does this all fit into your journey? Qualifying as a solicitor isn't just about passing one exam. It's a process that's really built on four essential pillars. Let's take a look at that blueprint. Your entire path really boils down to these four key milestones. First, you need a degree. And by the way, it can be in any subject, not just law. Second, you've got to pass both stages of the SQE. Third, you need to get 2 years of real-world legal work experience. And finally, you have to meet the SRA's character and suitability requirements. That's it. That's the blueprint. All right, let's zoom in on that first major hurdle you're going to face, SQE1. This part is all about building a really solid foundation of legal knowledge. Think of it as the gateway to everything else. So let's break down what it actually involves. SQE1 is designed to assess what the SRA calls your functioning legal knowledge. Now, this isn't about just memorizing facts from a textbook. It's about taking legal principles and applying them to solve practical, realistic problems that are presented as multiple choice questions. It's split into two separate papers, FLK1 and FLK2. Which together cover a huge range of legal subjects. Okay, so I'm going to show you a number here. In a recent exam sitting, the pass rate for SQE1 was just 41%. Now, I'm not showing you that to scare you. It's to show you that this exam is a serious challenge. And it's why having a structured, smart approach to your preparation is just absolutely non-negotiable. But here's the encouraging part. When you dig into the data, a really clear picture emerges. The analysis shows that one of the biggest predictors of success is your previous academic performance. What that tells us is that if you build on a solid foundation with really targeted, high-quality preparation, this challenge is absolutely doable. So, once you've successfully passed SQE1, your focus is going to shift to the second and final exam, SQE2. This is where you go from knowing the law to actually doing the law. It's all about demonstrating the practical skills you'd need as a newly qualified solicitor. And here is some really, really good news. All of that incredibly hard work you put into SQE1, it pays off massively here. In fact, how well you do in the first exam is the single best predictor of whether you'll pass the second one. The knowledge you build for SQE1 is the bedrock for your success in SQE2. And this chart just makes that connection impossible to ignore. I mean, look at it. SQE1 performance is by far the biggest factor influencing SQE2 scores. It's really clear proof that having a deep, solid understanding of the law is the foundation for all the practical skills you'll need to show. So what are those skills? Well, SQE2 tests you on 6 core skills across 5 different practice areas. You've got client interviewing, including writing up the attendance note, advocacy, which is oral presentation, case and matter analysis, legal research, legal writing, and finally, legal drafting. It's all very hands-on stuff.
Okay, with the exams covered, let's talk about that third pillar of qualification, your qualifying work experience, or QWE. This is where you get to take everything you've learned from the books and exams and apply it in the real world, in an actual legal environment. One of the biggest questions we get is what kind of work actually counts? And this is where the SQE is a total game changer, because the answer is incredibly flexible. This flexibility really opens up so many new ways for you to build your legal career. Your 2 years of required experience can come from a huge variety of roles, and they can be paid or unpaid. It could be from working as a paralegal, from a placement you did during your law degree, or even from volunteering at a law clinic. This means you can start building up your experience really early and in areas of law that you're actually passionate about. And here's another great bit of detail. You can get your 2 years of QWE from up to 4 different organizations. This gives you amazing flexibility to try out different areas of law or different types of workplaces, whether that's a big law firm or an in-house legal team. All right, we've talked about the what and the why of the SQE. Now let's get to the most important part, the how. How do you actually build a strategy that's going to get you across the finish line? First off, it's so important to respect the challenge. I love this quote from SQE tutor Sally Ann Meller. She points out that when smart, hardworking people don't pass, it's not because they didn't study enough. It's usually because they prepared in the wrong way, studying as if it's a university exam. The key isn't just to work harder, it's to work smarter. So, what does working smarter actually look like? Well, here's your game plan. 1. Create a structured study plan that covers everything. 2. Use practice questions, lots of them. This should be the core of your study. 3. Always focus on applying your knowledge, not just memorizing it. 4. Practice under timed exam-like conditions. And 5. Build in regular reviews to make sure all that information really sticks. Now, building that game plan from scratch can feel pretty overwhelming, and that's exactly why having a structured path can make all the difference. Our complete SQE course is designed to be that path. We guide you through every single module with clear, simple explanations and thousands of practice questions, all designed to build your knowledge and your confidence for exam day.
So, there you have it. You've got the blueprint. You understand the exams, the experience you need, and the strategy to get you there. The path to becoming a solicitor is right in front of you. The only question left is, what's your first step going to be? When you're ready to take it, we're here to help guide you. We'll see you in the first lesson.